Hello everybody, this is FashionTuner.com, your online store for tailored shirts and tailored suits. In this video we will show you how to work on the online store and how to configure your fashion. So to start, just press the Start Shopping button on the top right corner. Once you enter the configuration desk, you will find three areas which are shown here. So you can see here in the main area the shirt from the front side, and you see some details on the left side. On the top menu here you can choose whatever you want to configure. Here we start with shirts, suits, overcoats, accessories like belts, cufflinks, or fabric swatches. And last but not least, our jeans for male and female. But today this video is about shirts and how to make them, how to configure them. So as explained before, we have on the main area here a front view, a back view and a side view. On the left hand you see the collars, the buttons and the cuffs. On the right hand side you see all the fabrics. In this case we have about 45 different solid colors, and on the signature line we have stripes and checkers, but these colors here are subject of change because of seasonal changes. In this specific video we will look after a solid color and configure that. So for a business shirt with some leisure use as well, we start to use a blue shirt. So we click the blue tab here and you see the whole shirt here is changed. We have some white buttons, looks fairly nice. The next tab is style. So here we can choose if it's a long sleeve or a short sleeve. And again, for this purpose we choose the long sleeve, and then we go to the next tab, which is front view. Here we can choose between three different fabrics. In this case we have a single placket, a double placket and a hidden placket for the buttons. In our case here we choose the double placket. As you can see here, this is just adapted. Then we pick the second part, which is the back page. So there we have four different options. So for this example I'd like to choose the center pleat, which is this one here. And you can see again it has been taken over here and adapted. Thirdly, we choose the bottom. We have five options here. That's regular, straight, tri-tap bottom, straight vents and rounded vents. So I like to stick with the regular one and choose the next tab, which is color. In this case here we have now, as you can see, a bunch of colors, even the shark button, shark 1 button, shark 2 button, the Bristol. And a nice thing about Bristol is you will also have the option of button down or under button. So that's pretty neat. You can see here the details. Very nice. And at the bottom you can see the color size, which you also can define. So you can actually choose the front wing, how long it is, and the length of the back side, which is quite impressive from this multiple choices which you have here. We stick with the standard, say apply, and come to the cuffs. So there we have button square, button round and button angle. We have adjustable buttons, we have two buttons, we have three buttons as a choice, and then we also have a Milanese 2-button cuff, as well as the French square, French round and French angle version. In this case, for demonstration purposes, I'd like to pick the French angle. And here again we have the cuff size button, so we can manipulate the size of the cuffs. In this case, I'm going for a very long one, which is 4 inches, or in European sizes about 10 centimeters. And I also can have a pocket. So standard is no pocket, and I can have one left, right, or both. If I choose one of them, I get the option of the size and shape of the pocket. In our case, I just leave it away because I want to have a pretty fashionable looking shirt. Third menu is button and thread. There again we can choose amongst a variety of colors of the buttons, and that's a very neat thing, we can also change the buttonhole thread and the button stitching thread. So in this case, because I want to play a little bit with that shirt, I'm looking for navy blue buttons, which you can see now. And to make it look a little bit more nice, I'm also changing the thread to navy blue. And because the buttonhole looks more nice and more affectional, if I turn that a little bit, so I have a diagonal buttonhole now, and I also change the button stitching to navy blue. Next step is the monogram. I can add a monogram in 6 positions here, so that's the right cuff, the left cuff, right collar, left collar, the waist on the left side, and the bottom, which is, you can see the red ring down here. It's a very end of the shirt, but I prefer usually the right cuff on the right arm here. I add my initials. You can actually add up to 8 letters, and you can change also the font of the stitching. So in my case I prefer the Bank Gothic. That looks terrific, and I also choose the navy blue. And now here's the fun part, boys and girls. Mix and match. There I can play around and customize almost every single piece of that shirt. So I go and tell the collar on the inside it should be white, and the collar band outside and the collar wings itself should also be white. And then the cuff inside and outside looks very well and very nice and white as well. And when you look down here on the right hand, there you see the open collar, and we can play a little bit more. So we can also add a front placket bottom in. So you see that thin white line? That looks fairly nice when the shirt is open and you don't wear a tie. I have that for the outside as well. And the inside of the front placket top in, and you also could do it for the outside, and that looks pretty sexy right now. So you can play around a bit. You can also do signature line toppings. Again, the warning for seasonal colors. In this case you just hit the color and everything changes. You get the idea. So we go back to Picasso line, pick the white, and that's it, folks. Once you've done that, you also can change the stitching here if you want. You can change the stitching to any color you want. You can do a top stitching on the collar or on the cuff. That looks pretty amazing. So that's it for today. Just add it to wardrobe, enter your size and your address. That's shown in a different video. Just enjoy playing around and have fun with this site. It's terrific what you can do here. And remember, every shirt, even with all these customizations, is just 19.90 euros. It's amazing how cheap it is. Have fun, go configure yourself a shirt and go buy. Thank you very much, take care, and bye bye.